Have you ever had a dream that that you once
That elephants would have more than 700 kills in an online battle? What's up, guys? Blade Master here. Going to be bringing you absolutely 100% one of the best battles that I've fought in recent memory, and it's going to be a treat to commentate over too. I have taken the Seleucids, and my opponent Vidal Sassoon, whom I found on just a regular multiplayer battle, has taken Getae. I've put the map in Athenae, and we are fighting in the rain just to make things a bit more epic. And they're about to get fucking epic anyways. With the Seleucids, I've gone with a very standard elephant rush. I've brought, some shitty cheap cavalry in the horse skirmishers just for extra maneuverability. I've got a whole lot of Median cavalry, again, just average cavalry, medium mass, but 15 bonus versus large could make up good, decent numbers. You can see the numbers are actually playing into my advantage here. My opponent only has brought a couple of bow horsemen, and I've got the extra horse skirmisher here that's getting way too close, absolutely invading the personal space with these spear horsemen, but getting decent, good javelin volleys off. 41 missile damage. Of course, some of it is negated by the fact that they're in the forest, but besides that, they'll do pretty well. So a lot of maneuverability there, a lot of infantry too. I've brought, I think, a total of 5 thorax swordsmen, a couple of hillmen on the flanks, and a couple of eastern spearmen. I've also brought a Hellenic cataphract general, and you can see one of my eastern spearmen are going to give chase along with my Median cav against 2 of these bow horsemen that my opponent has brought. He's also brought a total of 4 spear horsemen. Now he's making a mistake early game, not microing with the spear horsemen. They're taking a lot of damage from my horse skirmishers. Horse skirmishers, of course, 41 missile damage, javelins, and pretty high 7 shots per minute will do a lot of damage to cavalry. He's also brought a total of 3 Dacian heavy bowmen. Of course, seeing that I brought the Seleucids, I'm trying not to say Sassanids. Seeing that I brought the Seleucids, he knew that I would be going for something resembling an elephant rush. So he's brought 3 Dacian heavy bowmen, which are pretty decent skirmishers. I've brought 2 eastern slingers, which I forgot to mention. He's brought some heavy spears. 2 heavy spears, of course, decent spear units. Lack the precursor javelins, which are probably the best way that they can kill enemy elephants, but besides, they can kill enemy cavalry very, very effectively. He's brought, I believe, a total of 4 mercenary axe warriors, or maybe even, no, it's 4 mercenary axe warriors, and 3 total noble swords, including a noble swords general, which we can't see here, and a couple of noble swords, whom he's parked all up on top of this hill. So my elephant rush the plan completely goes to waste, because I'm going to have to charge uphill into the forest. So my elephants, if I just directly charge like this, are just not going to do anything, and my pretty decent skirmishers in the eastern slingers will not do anything against 4 Dacian heavy bowmen, actually not even 3. Meanwhile, my eastern spearman is eating up ammunition from his bow horseman. This is the second mistake that he makes in this game, in expending a lot of his ammo on the shittiest, cheapest units. You can see these eastern spearmen are of the Seleucid variety, and they can pop square, which means that if any of the shitty enemy spears or axes or the spear horsemen decide to charge in, they'll be completely braced. Here, thorax swordsmen, I'm forced to just chill in here with them, which means that they're going to eat some of the volleys of ammunition from these Dacian heavy bowmen, which is alright for me, because that means fewer ammunition or less ammunition for my mercenary Syrian armored elephants. Of course, that's the main unit that I'm bothered about. Here my eastern spearman has died, so I'm going to come in with my Median cavalry and try and catch some of these spear horsemen. Meanwhile, my horse skirmisher is getting some shots on the spear horsemen. I want to hamstring my opponent by killing off as much of his cavalry. His infantry will completely outclass my infantry, but that's not the point. The point of this infantry is to just die and absorb as much javelins or as much of any ranged ammunition as possible. That's why you can see I'm just chilling over here with them. I would have charged in earlier on, but the problem is that I'll be charging uphill and I'll be charging into the forest. So I'm trying to make sure that all the pieces are in place. So here, not microing very well, my horse skirmishers get caught by his spear horseman. Thankfully, the spear horsemen are shit cavalry unit. But here, the spear horseman is definitely going to win out against this Median cavalry with the help of his heavy spears. I'm moving around, got a charge in against his mercenary axe warriors with this Median cavalry, and I'm moving close by, just trying to get some cheeky charges in against his Dacian heavy bowman. It doesn't look like I'm able to do that. Here, my Median cav catch one of his spear horsemen. One of his spear horsemen actually died to my horse skirmishers. They're about to get a single XP chevron. And now I'm steadily moving up. I get a second charge, downhill charge against these mercenary axe warriors with the spear horsemen, but with the Median cavalry, but they don't do too much damage. Still, more of his Dacian heavy bowmen is basically hitting a lot of my thorax swordsmen up in front. They have decent shields of giving them 40% missile block chance, which is of course much better than the 0% missile block chance of my mercenary Syrian armored elephants, whom I'm keeping at a safe distance away from his bow horsemen on the far side and away from his Dacian heavy bowmen over here. Now he makes a mistake kind of with his mercenary axe warriors. He starts to engage piecemeal here, which means I can get 111 kills with my Hellenic cataphracts before moving through. He's trying to fire with his Dacian heavy bowman here, and his noble swords come in and get a beautiful javelin volley on my Hellenic cataphracts, and also my thorax swordsman get some friendly fire here. But that means I'm able to hit his noble swords, and then while they're toppled, pull through and attack with my thorax swordsman. Meanwhile, my Median cavalry doing the same thing. By engaging piecemeal, he opens up a gap in his army, which I'm able to exploit with my Median cavalry here, engaging his Dacian heavy bowman. And now is when I realize I can start to charge in with my thorax swordsman, because my Median cav over here is in a dangerous position. I can go ahead and engage his Dacian heavy bowman. But still, it's not a good enough place for me. And here I'm going to charge in with Trample on against his Spear Horsemen. They didn't even get a proper charge in, which means my Hellenic cataphracts already rack up a single XP chevron and get 165 kills against a lot of pretty deadly infantry. Here, Syrian armored elephants about to come in for their first charge. They are about to just squash all through this noble swords, but they move through my own hill, man. But that means I can push through. And here, now that I've engaged all of his swords with these 3 thorax swordsmen, I can use some of the extra thorax swordsmen to push away some of the Dacian heavy bowmen. Otherwise, they could have fired into this mercenary Syrian armored elephant. Here I'm going to charge in. Oh, I thought I was going to charge into the mercenary axe, but now I'm going to just countercharge and destroy the spear horseman. Meanwhile, I pop second wind on my Hellenic cataphract after using trample on it. I also use stampede on my elephant, so I guess it would have been much better of an idea to just use second wind on my Syrian armored elephant. His noble swords is now losing to my thorax swordsman, because thorax swordsmen are greater in number, and of course the Syrian armored elephant just stomped all over them earlier. Did a lot of HP damage, didn't do too much of man killing. Scientific term coined by Blade Master right there. But now my Hellenic cataphracts is going to get a pretty deadly downhill rear charge on these axe warriors and spear horsemen, just trampling through all of them. And here my elephants are going to come in and go ahead and just start to charge through the noble swords general and the spears. He didn't bring all heavy spears, but my thorax swordsman made sure that the mercenary axe warriors at least expended one of their 3 volleys of ammunition of precursor javelins, and meant that they wouldn't be able to fire into these Syrian armored elephants. That was the main point of these guys. The thorax swordsmen themselves only got 13 kills and 15 kills, but it meant that, one, they made sure that the enemy fired some of the javelins, and 2, it meant that they were able to hold off the enemy while my Syrian armored elephants came in for a second charge. Because of the forest, they didn't get many kills so far. They've gotten only 40, but now they're going to come in and destroy these mercenary axe warriors, while my Median cav do basically the same thing. Hold them off and let my Syrian armored elephants come in and just stomp right through them. Speaking of stomping, my Hellenic cataphracts general has gotten 248 kills. Cannot discount the amount of damage they've done in this game. About to get a double XP chevron, and they definitely will by getting a rear charge onto these spears, I believe. Excuse me. So here I'm going to charge in with my Syrian armored elephants. They are exhausted, which means they're super slow. They're also super heavy, which means that they are very slow just due to mass, not even counting the fatigue effects from the earlier stampede. They are at full strength, and the reason why I'm just chasing after these Dacian heavy bowmen is because I need to kill them off. It is a pretty standard idea. I'm just gonna have to push through and catch as many of the Dacian heavy bowmen, kill them off, and I'm going to use my Hellenic cataphracts here to make sure that these Dacian heavy bowmen don't fire into the rear of this mercenary Syrian armored elephant. But that means they're going to just charge through the rear of this axe warrior and then get more than 313 kills. They've just, oh my god, that is Attila level. These Hellenic cataphracts are some of the deadliest. They're basically as strong as an Eastern cataphract unit. They're very deadly units, but they just cost a lot, which is why you don't see many of them. Now you can see the bow horsemen coming back into the game. This is squarely mid-game, I can say. But these 154 kills are all on really shit units, and that means they've lost all of their basically deadly ammunition against my Syrian armored elephants. Meanwhile, he's made a beautiful blob here that I can rear charge with my thorax swordsmen who've gotten only 17 kills, but they're going to come in and just hold off this blob as much as possible. 46, 47 kills there. There's another mistake that my opponent has made here is I've got an Eastern Spearman, and the fact that they are in square formation is just so unbelievably useful, because that means they've held out this heavy spears for so long. They've basically started at the start of the game. They were able to engage that heavy spears, and they've just been holding them off until this point. And it doesn't look like they're stopping anytime soon. Here, my Hellenic Cataphract losing a lot of men, chasing down, killing off as many of the Dacian heavy bowmen. But that's the point. That is the point. The point is to just help my Syrian armored elephants as much as possible, and let them just do as much of the killing as possible. Oh, sorry, just let them stay alive as long as possible in the game. Because what is left is a bunch of, hopefully is a bunch of noble swords and axe warriors who are bereft of their precursor javelins, their deadly precursor javelins. And without deadly precursor javelins, they are, powerless to stop the Syrian armored elephants. Now, killing off another Dacian heavy bowman, and then going to come in, push through, and then attack the next Dacian heavy bowman. I made a mistake here. I should have been able to use second wind with my general on the Syrian armored elephant again, thereby making it fresh. But without fresh, they'll still be quick enough to catch these Dacian heavy bowmen, especially since it's uphill. The bow horsemen are coming up. They are on high ground. I wonder if they have any ammunition left at this point. This noble sword has died because of the extreme HP damage that has been that's been caused by my Hellenic Cataphract, and then the Syrian armored elephant. That means this thorax swordsman has actually managed to make itself sort of cost effective. And here the Hellenic Cataphract, 39 men left, 465 fucking kills with these guys, triple XP chevron. And here I was really panicking, but I didn't realize that he basically used up all of his ammunition on the bow horseman. But regardless, I'm just going to go ahead and get like a weird charge in with these Hellenic Cataphracts. They'll never be able to catch them, but I have to at least try. Meanwhile, some stray Median cavalry, around 36 men left, getting some charges in on the mercenary axe warriors before I come in with a thorax swordsman. Some more thorax swordsmen coming back from routing at 40 men. And finally, the heavy spears has managed to kill off the Eastern Spearman unit. It's squarely endgame at this point. There are very few units left for both the sides. Actually, there's a lot of men left. There's a almost full strength noble swords general, full strength noble swords besides that, and a lot of mercenary axe warriors with over 100 men left. But here at the far side, I've finally killed off the Dacian heavy bowman. Thank you, Red Line. And thank you, Red Line, for this. You're just presenting me with a beautiful treat. My Hellenic Cataphract is going to come in for a weird uphill charge to the rear of these bow horsemen, which is basically a worthless engagement. The bow horsemen pose no threat at this point. And I'm losing a couple more Hellenic Cataphracts for no real reason, but managed to kill them off. Killed off a lot of units at this point. Syrian armored elephant about to get a double XP chevron with 206 kills. Still not much damage done by them. But my Hellenic Cataphracts has made up for that by getting 529 kills, with still basically half strength, or half of the units still remaining. Now he's going to part back up into the mountain, into the forest, which is not good for me. But at this point, I think a lot of his units are definitely like low in HP. As shitty as thorax swordsmen are, you can at least make sure that, or you can be sure that they've dealt some sort of HP damage against the noble swords, even if they didn't kill off a lot of them in numbers. This bow horseman about to get a single XP chevron. I don't think they have any. Yeah, they don't have any ammo left, it looks like. And I'm going to just sandwich them between my Hellenic Cataphract, my thorax swordsman, and this Median cab over here, so they don't really have much of a place to go. They are exhausted as well, whereas my Median cab are very tired. The fact that these guys are exhausted while my Median cab are tired, and there's only a little bit of a mass differential between them, means that I can maybe catch them. I do catch them at the end of the day. Get a rear charge, catch a few of them. If I can get some, eat some javelins in the process, that would have been beautiful. But it looks like these noble swords are either out of ammo, or they just didn't feel like firing. I didn't come into contact, or I didn't come close enough. So I've got all sorts of a weird surround here. I've only got 4 units left against like 8 units against of my opponent. Here he's going to come in with the spears, which I'm summarily going to just absolutely butt slaughter with my Hellenic Cataphracts. Gain a lot of kills in the process. Pull back, but I lose a couple of men. which is pretty bad. Here, my thorax swordsman going to eat some more javelins from the mercenary axe warriors, which is great. I'm thankful for that. And here, the noble swords is going to get caught by my Median cav while they chase after my Hellenic cataphracts. And here, I was about to charge in with my Mercy Syrian Armored Elephants, but I was just too scared. I was like, no, there's definitely still a couple of javelins left for my opponent. And sure enough, these Mercenary Axe Warriors got a deadly volley against my Hellenic cataphracts, and now they're down to 27 men. And now I'm going to move in with my Median cav, but these guys are exhausted. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of those are not javelin wielding units. I'm going to hold off these heavy spears so that they don't attack my mercenary Syrian armored elephant, and I'm going to move in with my Syrian armored. And these guys are active now because I popped second wind with my general, I believe, and they're going to get a downhill charge against noble swords. And the noble swords are really they're fleeing for their lives. I'm going to pop stampede, which makes them which increases their acceleration too, I believe. And now he's going to pop headhunt. He gets a javelin volley off with a couple of them, but it's a bit too late in the day. And I just smashed through the noble swords in the charge. They just get completely hammered. And that means these axe warriors, which were chasing after my Hellenic cataphract, were down to 22 men, also get slaughtered by the Syrian armored elephant. So 615 kills with my Hellenic cataphract, but now you can see 350 kills with my Syrian armored elephant here. Triple XP chevron. And yeah, these noble swords are basically dead at this point. I'm popping second winds just so that they're back to fresh, because I need my elephants to really win the day for me. I've got nothing left, nothing. My Hellenic Cataphracts comes in with a trample charge, destroying the spear horseman, and now I'm going to come in for a second charge. It doesn't look like these guys have any ammo left, because of course the thorax swordsman and basically everything else in this game swallowed up all those javelins to the face, died. But that means it was all for the greater good. It was all for the greater good of the mercenary Syrian armored elephants. These guys have got great base morale too, which means that even if almost all of your units are dead, there's a good chance that these guys won't rout. 575 kills, just slaughtering noble swords and mercenary axe warriors. They can't do anything at this point. Unless one of them has a precursor volley hidden up their bum, they just have nothing to stop these Syrian armored elephants. The strongest unit, they're as strong as Indian armored elephant, which is the strongest elephant unit in the game. Jesus Christ, I'm blowing up. And now he's going to pop shield wall. Good luck with that shield screen. I'm not going to go ahead and charge in with my Syrian armor. He pops intimidate here with his general, and his general has a precursor javelin, and that means I lose some elephants. Fuck me. God damn it. So he did have a precursor javelin left, and that means just with one precursor volley, two of my elephant units die. They're down to 20 out of 24, but thankfully, and now see more of them die, 18 left, and that means it's almost GG. But now they crash in. I made a mistake here timing in with my Hellenic cataphracts. I should have caught these generals, or caught the noble swords with my Hellenic cataphract and ate some javelins. But these Syrian armored elephants are going to run amok through both my general and his noble swords, but his noble swords are basically dead at this point. 659, 662, 3, 4, and it's just going to keep racking up. 688 kills with my general, and my Syrian armored elephant is just going to stomp through the rest of these units. There's just a heavy spear left, and it looks like 683. The noble sword is not dead yet. The noble swords is dead, and the heavy spears is at 101 men, but they really can't do anything now. They're already wavering. 714 kills, single silver XP chevron for my Syrian armored elephant. 746 kills at the end of the day. Big victory for me. Holy fuck. How the fuck? I've never in my life have I ever gotten 745 kills with anything, let alone an elephant. I mean, clearly it would have been an elephant that would have gotten this many kills in an online multiplayer match, but holy shit. My tactic of just swallowing up as many javelins, sacrificing all of my units just to make sure by somehow I make sure my elephants are intact at the end of the game, won me the game. Won me the game. Wow. These two units, this is what, 1500 kills? These two units killed around 2/3 of the army of Vidal Sassoon's Getae army by themselves. Everyone else, wow, everyone else did basically nothing. These median cav, 93 kills, 113 kills on these median cav, 127 on my thorax swordsman. But besides that, these two units basically carried me the day. How? I've never seen that happen in an online game, which is why this game was so insane. Holy shit. Look out for Protection Part 2, the Total War Tactics video that I'll post very soon. And holy shit, you guys. Stay tuned for more. I don't think I can ever post a battle as good as this or as epic as this, but let's keep trying. Stay tuned for more, guys. Peace.